Hello everyone, my name is TheUhhoh, and today we're doing some more Tropico 4. Previously we actually continued this pretty legit mission to expose the United States lies to the world, and finally unravel the conspiracy they plotted to kill Gordon. Hopefully we'll actually be able to do that today, and finally reveal the true faults of capitalism. Maybe. It really depends, because, it's not really going the best right now. I mean, it's going okay, I guess. It's not as bad as that one mission. It's not as bad as that one mission. We're not, like, in super debt. We're not dying. We're not about to be overthrown by rebels yet, but it might go that way. I mean, we don't have a lot of big bucks right now, and to my knowledge, this mission's kind of just getting started. So, we're gonna just get started here, I guess, and hopefully we'll be able to set up these radar dishes today. I think we actually started setting those up, if I remember correctly. Did we actually put any down? Yes, we did. They're all over here behind Matcha's palace, because of course they are. Because everyone knows that's exactly where you want to put your top secret radar dishes, next to the palace of the country that every dignitary and official, even outside your government, knows about, and it's probably common knowledge to exist in the world. Beyond the point, doesn't matter. This is a spying country. We're going to be spying on the spies that are down here, and I'm sure those spies are going to be spying on us. If anything, this is a trap. They'll come over here, they'll start looking at the dishes, and we'll bag them. We'll interrogate them. They'll spill the beans about what country they're from. Probably the U.S., maybe Russia. Wouldn't be surprised if it was Russia, honestly.
Tropico despises you enough to make trouble.
Oh, okay. What are you talking about? There is one that hates us. The fucking environmentalists hate us. Look. They're at literally 15%. Penultimo's conspiring against us. He really is. He is the ringmaster. I've been calling it from the start. He has been working with the United States. He's probably like a fucking FBI, CIA agent or something. He's sent here by the Department of Defense to take down our regime before it can become the Tropican superpower it's destined to be. And eventually, we're gonna find this out. I know. It's just convincing Gordon, he's got to get the evidence. He doesn't do anything without the evidence. Granted, he does a lot of things without evidence, but when it comes to his advisors, except for the environmentalist, he won't act unless there's absolute evidence. So, unfortunately, we kind of have to wait. I'm assuming this actually might happen, and I'm going to be kind of sad if it doesn't, because, poor Penultimo. Just poor Penultimo. After all the shit I've spewed on him, if he turns out to be innocent, I'm going to feel like a total douchebag. Well, I won't really, because I have no feelings and I don't really care. But you get the point. It's semantics. Speaking of semantics and feelings, let's get a hotel for the Western degenerates. Cathedral demands. You don't get to take demands. Now, I'm going to build a cathedral, but it's not because of your demand. It's because we're bringing in the wealthy tourists, and they're probably coming from the States, and they're going to want a cathedral. They really are. They are. Where am I going to put it? I guess I'll put it, like, right here, maybe? Yeah, that'll work. We'll just build the cathedral right there. Our own people, way the fuck up here. They'll have to drive, or probably more accurately, walk all the way up here. But the tourists will have access to it. And, that's all that really matters, so I guess that works, And he wasn't saying we have to build it for our people, he just wants it. I mean, all he really wants, whatever the fuck his name is, really wants is a cathedral for him to live in. Because, let's be honest, that's exactly what he's doing. He's just basically asking for a new home. He wants to, feel powerful, because he's not. He wants to get that Gordon feeling inside of him, and not in that way. I don't know, maybe it does swing that way. It's really hard to tell. What else can we do? We need to hire journalists. I think we can take care of that fairly easily by getting newspapers, because I think newspapers produce journalists. Where would we put it? I mean, I guess we can put it right here. We'll make it so they think we're providing liberty to the people. So the tourists come in, they see a newspaper, and they're like, oh my god, these guys are so like the United States, just newspapers everywhere. And then they'll go over to the church, probably to pray to their heathen gods, and then they'll go over and they'll go to their hotel and they'll forget about it. But in reality, I mean, we all know this is just a front for our ever-expanding child labor program. I mean, we even built it across the street from a high school. I don't know how they don't see it. I just don't. Granted, it's not really child labor when it's a high school, but I mean, you get the point. And we don't actually know how old these guys are. For all we know, these are like 10-year-olds in the high school. No one knows. We don't know. There's no way to tell. No one who goes into these schools ever comes back out. It's not even Macho Man. He's actually never been to the schools. He's never given them personal inspection himself. Probably because he trusts his teachers to be beating the students properly, rather than, letting them, letting their deviant tendencies slide. The college, we don't have a lot of people going through education right now, do we? We just don't have a lot of people on the island in general. Are we like, have we banned, like, procreation or something? Because, usually we got a lot more people than this. Like, a whole lot more. Like, usually there's too many. Usually there's, like, it's like a baby factory. You just have them coming constantly. Then again, I guess we don't have a lot of agricultural land, so maybe that's not going to happen. In fact, we should actually probably expand our agriculture for that very reason, and because we're going to need more food eventually. So we're going to do that. Let's get some papayas. That sounds like a good idea. We'll build like a papaya farm, get some food. I think we've got plenty, but I don't know if we actually have to support the tourists with this food as well. I'm assuming we do. Unless the tourists, like, bring their own food, which is very possible. Like, don't drink the water in Mexico kind of thing possible. So it's possible they might bring their own food from the cruise ship or something. But, who knows? I've never seen a tourist actually go to the market, so I'm going to make the assumption that's what happens. That, or they're being provided room service at the hotels. Or maybe they're getting bar food here, which, isn't real. It's going to be Tropican food either way, but maybe a little bit of a higher quality Tropican food. You know what? I'll fix this problem once and for all. We're going to build a restaurant. And that'll be where the tourists officially in canon go to eat. We'll build it, like, right next to the fucking pub. So, once you got your drink, if you don't want to have any pub food, if you don't want to, get a soup or something, or a sandwich, you can go over to the restaurant and get another soup and sandwich that is less bar-y. Hopefully that'll work pretty well. We don't have enough generals. Well, it's because we don't have enough college students. That's the problem. Like, how many... There's only 3 people in college right now. Oh my god! We got a lot of high school students right now, though. Actually, what are our options here? Parochial education. Extra religious courses slow down education rate by 15%. Yup. Yep, that would certainly be a thing. But some students may become religious supporters. Nope. No, I don't really want a military supporter. I think a normal rate of education is kind of what we need. And plus, militarists and religious people, I mean, the religious people are easy to satisfy, granted. You just need to build enough shiny buildings, and they're like, oh, thank you. But when it comes to the military, they're a lot harder. So we really don't want militarists down here, if it can be avoided. How are we doing with the militarists right now? We're actually doing very well. We have 100% with them, so they're perfectly fine. The loyalists, on the other hand, are upset we don't have a mausoleum. I'm not going to build one because it's very expensive. And yes, I know I permitted elections. I'm sorry. I'm not really, but you get the point. We gotta give the illusion, at least, that this is a democracy. I mean, come on. You loyalists don't seem to understand that. I mean, think of it this way, okay? There are 2 ways we can do this. 2 ways. We can go the Hitler and Stalin route and then eventually be overthrown.
Your life is in danger.
Great. Speaking of being eventually overthrown, I'm gonna hire a more qualified assassin because fuck this guy. And, yep, there we go. The rebel agent has been dealt with. We have rebels on the island? I thought we didn't have anything on the island. No, apparently we have 2 rebels. Great! Fuck me. Well, luckily we do have enough soldiers to deal with them. We just keep losing people, because I'm assuming they are either leaving the island or they're going to work in the tourist industry. One or the other. Oh yes, radar dishes are coming out. We're about to get the second radar dish. If the guy didn't walk off work, that is. What is up with these assholes? Holy crap. They're so bad at their jobs. They're like, well, I could finish this, but instead I'm going to walk over here into the trees over here. You know, just into the forest to do God knows what. Probably conspiring with the rebels. Fucking construction workers. So tired of their shit. And another ship arrives with hundreds of tourists. Let's see, what is our tourist rating right now? We're actually 76 and dropping, which is not good. It's not good. We kind of need to get that fixed. How do we fix that? I know what will do it. A blimp. Because everyone likes blimps, right? This is the known fact of life that anyone likes blimps. You know what? I'll even quick build it because we can. Okay, we can get an advertisement. The Electric Eye. Who would dare to protest in the watchful eye of Presidente and his dreaded blimp? Yes, sounds wonderful. While people seeing the blimp will feel as if El Presidente himself is with them. Yes, I will take that, because that is one of the best buffs in the world. What about the balloon ride? Can I not? Oh, we can actually upgrade the balloons. Let's increase the number of tourists that we can allow in, and let's do a Hola Cola balloon as well. That sounds like something I might like. Can I actually upgrade anything of the other buildings here, potentially? I always forget that upgrades exist. It's something I just do. Apparently there's nothing really to upgrade. Local Man of Mystery.
Recorded the secret message from the mysterious informant, Presidente.
Oh gosh, it seems that the secret agent is investigating a plot to hypnotize the whole world with modified crops. What? If we build the facilities needed for such crops, you will come to investigate. Have a horticultural facility set to GMC mode. Okay, well apparently we're doing some, GMOs. Sounds good to me. Where is that going to be under food and resources? Yes, here we go. Horticultural facilities. And, you know, like all secret conspiracies, the best place to put, potential world hypnotizing crops is clearly right next to the tourists. We'll actually quick build it because I don't trust my workers to go fast enough. Fuck me. Actually, it might be useful to have these around because tourists actually really like trees. Apparently, they really like trees. Instead of big, strong plants sprayed with stuff that makes hair grow on your chest, regardless of gender, we can make wimpy plants that have been grown organically. This is the New World craze, and the price of all fruits will increase by 0%. Okay, whatever, I guess that's your thing. Be my guest. Apparently all the college people, left to become, to work at the horticultural center, because that makes sense. Alright, I am going to build an Academy of Science, because that is what we actually need to do. Alright, it's gonna, how much does this cost before I build it? 7,000, that's not too bad. We'll build an Academy of Science, and we'll build it here, next to the fucking Journalist Center we still haven't built yet. Oh my god, our workers are slacking hard! What are you guys doing? Oh, we don't have a lot of them, I guess. Oh, fine, bring more in. We're gonna probably also need to continue building more apartments.